you know what I've always said about you? I said you get better looking every day, and I am so glad you've come back for episode 2 because you are a feast for the eyes. Episode 2, what are we doing? We are going to be cleaning this horrific Mini. It is grubby. We've had this car about 2 months and I've not washed it. Why have I not washed it? For your viewing pleasure. One thing to mention, we're not going to be spending too much time on the wheels. Why? Because they're coming off and they're getting replaced with something a little bit more fitting. We've got some help from Gus, sponsor number 2, who's been with us over 2 years and I absolutely love him. After that, we're going to be getting into Force, the citrus pre-cleaner. It has been our bestseller. It will always be our bestseller. Why? Because it's a beast. Thank you so much for coming back. Don't forget, smash the bell. Forced citrus pre-wash, or if you're Swedish, first. Why is it called first? Because it's the first thing you use on the car. Ideally, you want to be using it on the grubbiest areas. This car is grubby from head to toe, so I'm going to treat this as 2 stages. Forced on, let it do its thing, jet wash off, then snow foam on top. If the car isn't that heavily soiled, just use it on the lowers, snow foam on top of it, let it do its thing. The only watch out on this product is pH 13, which means it is super strong. So if you have got protective layers, waxes, sealants, it is going to give it a real hard time. If the sealants and waxes are earning their money, you shouldn't need something this strong. A snow foam will do you. So it's a good judgment on how well your protective layers are doing. Now we're going to run around with some snow foam. You might be thinking, what is the point if you've just done Force from top to bottom? It's a great shout. Snow is going to give us a layer of lubrication so we can go around with the brushes, get into all the nooks and crannies. 1, it makes for a cracking bit of YouTube content, and 2, it gets you all the likes on Instagram. Don't hate me, hate the game. For these tighter areas, we're using a little brush. Reason for it, the wash mitt can't get in there. You would hate to wash the car and then realise you missed a bit. Contact wash stage, STJARNAGLOSS, we've got 2 shampoos. One's high gloss, one's residue free. On this, we're going to use the residue free matter, purely because after this, we're going to decontaminate. We don't want to be putting a protective layer on there, only to take it off again. Two top tips for the contact wash stage. 1, start at the top and work your way down. Secondly, we want to get the dirt off the car and into the buckets. So go back to them as regularly as you feel necessary. Oh, that is rougher than a badger's backside. This is going to need some good play bar action. One forgotten about part of the car, door shut. It's not really inside, it's not really outside, but it definitely needs doing. Stay on top of it and it will never get that grubby. Apologies for the outfit change. The hair decided I didn't want to play ball anymore. It looked like I had a beret on my head. Now we're going to start decontaminating. First and foremost, Huel colour changing wheel cleaner. This doubles up as a fallout. After a little visual inspection, I don't think we're going to see much iron contamination bedded in the paint, but safer than sorry. Spray it on, give it around 5 minutes. We should see some bleeding if there is anything there, and then jet wash it off. No need to agitate. We're gonna go over it with a clay bar anyway, pick up the loose ends that it didn't quite grab. After this, we're gonna do some tar removal. We're gonna need to dry the car because tar removers are solvent-based. Solvent and water doesn't mix very well at all. Part 2 of the 3-stage decontamination process, tar and glue remover. Now, do yourself a favour, do not coat the entire car in tar and glue remover. You don't need to. Isolate the area. Have a look, especially on light coloured cars, you'll see the little pinpricks of tar. On dark coloured cars, just have a feel. It'll always be above the surface. On smaller, lighter areas, spray some product on, 10-15 seconds and wipe it off. If you've got particularly stubborn areas, such as number plate tape, or if you've got a big build-up of tar around the arch liner, it's time to raid the makeup cupboard. Get yourself some makeup remover wipes, load the product onto it and stick it onto the surface. Go and have a cup of tea, do your thing, come back 10-15 minutes later and it will wipe straight off. Unlike on the Mini, really stubborn, we might need to do it 2 or 3 times, but I'd much rather you see the honest results than fudging it and saying, look how good our product is. That's not a bit of me. Oh, what easy is that? Unbelievable. One part of the decontamination process that never really gets any attention is where you can and can't use a clay bar. My tip, if it's smooth to the surface, do what you like. Glass, paintwork, headlights, do what you want. Places to avoid, anything with a matte and satin finish or vinyl. It is just way too abrasive.
What is your favourite part?
Do you know what? I actually quite like doing the wheels. I find it quite satisfying.
Yeah.
But mainly sort of just, you know, the actual bodywork stuff. Just
taking it from dirty.
Yeah, it's just satisfying, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. I think this bit is probably mine.
This
clay
bit?
barring. Yeah, this is,
You know,
tedious.
when you think a car's clean,
Yeah.
and then you turn the clay bar over and you're like, wow, it really wasn't clean.
This is your favourite bit though. Why am I here doing this?
Just because you're so beautiful. What's your least favourite bit?
Drying.
Yeah.
To be fair, air drying that make it easier. Well, I don't know. Especially if you've got a crappy drying pad. Luckily we don't. But
Little plug there.
we've had those, you know, those towels before.
Of yesteryear.
They're not
Yeah,
the best.
twisted lube would definitely take the sting out of it, but for me as well, it's just so boring.
Yeah, it is.
And you're not adding any value, you're not
No.
making it any brighter.
No, I quite enjoy the final bits as well. You know, like a bit of tyre shine,
Quick detailer of
yeah,
doing
yeah,
the glass.
You know what I mean, just make it just the finishing.
I feel like I'm going to have forearms like Popeye soon.
That's too much of something else, I think.
I can't get over, considering we've blitzed it with forced, contact wash, tar and glue, fallout, the amount of crap that's come out of these is crazy.
But also a good thing.
Yeah, of course. Sort of better out than in, I always say.
I've done the hard stuff. I'll leave you to it.
Thank you so much, mate. I appreciate you coming down.
See you later.
You
Now, ordinarily after the decontamination stage, you would polish and then you protect, but we're not going to for two reasons. One, it started raining, and two, this is going to go to the paint shop in about 2 or 3 weeks, so there's no point in putting something on that we know we're going to take off. Episode 3, we're going to go and see Mr. Sideways himself, 200SX Luke. He's going to put the new wheels and rubber on. We're going to lift the suspension to stop it being Mr. Skräper, and then we're going to tackle the interior. As always, I love you so, so much. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, do your thing. While you're sat there in your pajamas having a cup of tea, I'm going to try and get rid of this poxy vinyl. Anyone that puts vinyl on chrome, give your head a wobble.